afternoon, that morning in London, of course, that we are here with our new guest. And Chitra uh, is known to me for quite a few years. Um, we'll start with introducing the guest. Chitra is into yoga, and she's been teaching my wife for many years. Um, Now, of course, she started her own brand of yoga, which is called Yogatainment, and which is an interesting expression because she mixes yoga and art. But we have not called her as a guest for any of these great things that she does. Her greatness lies in the fact that she's fairly shy and introverted, and it has taken ages to make her speak her mind on public fora. She's just about started, and she's doing very wonderfully well on that account. But I have always liked her because she has this old sense of great and feminist way of looking at things, which is not post 70s thing, in the sense of where we have these women being equal to men. She is equal, she's confident, but she is very shy. I wanted to actually check up whether shy and introverted are different words or are the same. So we will check in experience. Sujata is a very dear friend of mine. She is now residing in the UK since last 14 years. She's been a recruitment consultant for most of her working life, and she's also now training to be a counselor. Um, I have an advertising background. Both of you know a bit about this, but I've been a writer for over 25 years now. How do I know this? Because when the Babri Masjid fell, I was doing my advertising class. So 1993 is how I remember. Around 20, 22 years is how I, 27 years actually. So yeah, we start quickly on today's topic, which is a very unique topic thanks to the personality which Chitra has. Um, it is values in the context of people who are introverted. I do not know if they match, but our idea is to just open up the topic and see where the conversation goes. My first question to you, Chitra, um, is is being introverted and being shy the same thing as far as you're concerned?
Okay. So first of all, thank you for having me. And yeah, so directly coming to the question, shy and actually, I don't feel both are same because I would say introversion is more of selective. You're introvert in with maybe selective people in a selective surrounding, and maybe with others, some other people you might not be as much. So people might have a different view of you. Some might be seeing you as introvert, while someone might be seeing you as she's very friendly kind. So yeah. So about me, I've been having two people say I am friendly, but yes, they do have this view ki you don't share stuff easily. So I don't know whether what exactly they mean, but yeah. And
Sujata,
shy,
sorry.
um, so shy. No, I don't think I am shy, or I don't know. I don't know whether they are. I don't think they are the same. They're
Okay.
two different.
Yeah. Okay. So, Sujata, if I understand Chitra correctly, do you think she means shy are people who are generally conscious of not talking to public most of the time, and introverted is choosing certain topics to remain close to your heart? Um, can we have these as loose definitions, since we none of us are referring to the dictionary meanings of these?
Yeah, I would imagine so because I think when one is essentially an introvert, you choose your boundaries, you choose your relationships and your friendships. It's a very, I don't know if it is a deliberate effort or it comes naturally, but there is only certain part of you that you want to share it with select people. And that, in my opinion, that doesn't entirely make you an introvert, because you are not introvert to that set of people. You are introvert to the outside set of people. But with those guys with whom you can open up, or with whom you share what you want to share, you will come across as being normal. That's my take. In terms of being shy, I think it's you can be shy and introvert both. That's what I feel. It probably goes hand in hand as well. uh, I personally feel one doesn't exist without another.
Okay. Um, okay, so if I were to pick up this point and ask you, Chitra, um,
Mhm.
if we just stick to instead of getting into the definition of shy and introvert, because then it will go off topic, we just stick to what she said right now. If we take it for granted that both are reasonably interchangeable with the demarcation that we've done, and stick
Mhm.
to introverted for right now, do we hold back things because of fear?
Uh, yeah, I think now that you mentioned fear, I had never thought of it that if if I'm holding back stuff, it would be because of fear. But now that you've said it, I think I can, that can be one. So I feel it is two things. One is trust. I can open up to people uh, whom I can trust, and trust as in blindly, which I can do on very few people. So yes, that is one. And secondly, yes, maybe if I'm not trusting, maybe I have some kind of a fear. Ki, you know, anything. Maybe the person will go about talking to someone else, or maybe I would be judged about what I'm thinking or saying. So yes, so
Okay.
that is why probably the introversion. So for me, it's the trust factor.
Okay. I think the counselor is making notes, so we are going to go deeper and deep this time around. But yeah, coming to trust, I will throw this at Sujata, but picking up the point that she just said, uh, to get a different perspective, lacking in trust, is it that we trust ourselves less or we trust the world less? I would want you to think, do we trust ourselves less in trying to be what, are we doing the judging ourselves even before the society has judged us with that particular secret or the particular aspect that we are not sharing with the world? Is it jumping to conclusions even before anything has happened? So where is the trust lacking, within us, or is the world really not trustworthy? Sorry.
Who is the question for?
For you right now, to bring in
For
an
me right
aspect of
now.
how are you seeing it? If this demarcation is made, where does the trust factor fail? If it fails, I'm not saying it fails deliberately, but as subconsciously perhaps.
Uh, I'll probably answer that a bit differently, because there are a few things here. One is, it depends what is the content that you want to trust or you don't want to trust somebody with. I think it starts there. And also, I think over a period of time with people and their journeys, if one is self sufficient, the need to trust others or share others also diminishes. So I have maybe put another spanner in the
Yes,
works here.
it is beautiful. It is beautiful. So, okay.
So the reason I'm saying this is it's based on my own experience. So from being a person who chronically overshared and trusted people with things, I have come to the other extreme of not feeling the need to tell anything to anyone, whatever that may be. But it's, I think that aspect for me has got nothing to do with trust. It's just that I feel I can I can manage the situation or whatever thing that's bothering me or going through my mind by myself. and sooner or later I do get an answer to that. So that aspect of wanting to trust somebody to share something is diminishing where I am today.
Okay, so Chitra, there is a very tricky question coming up your way. She's opened a beautiful, beautiful new direction to this.
Actually, yes. Actually, yes.
So now the question is it that she's become more in control of herself, or is it that she's taken the level of lack of trust to the point where she does not care anymore? Because she used a term when she started overdoing it, something like that. So if she overdid it, she's overcompensating right now. Would you think, although we are both now not the counselors here, but just as a thought, just as a thought, is it that we are trying to make up for the wrongs that we did ourselves? Is it the other end of what an introvert is?
That's for
Equally
me.
harmful, perhaps.
Yeah, so I don't know whether I'm not in the right position to kind of judge someone because
We
she might
aren't.
be having so maybe like because she mentioned that she used to overly kind of trust people, and then from coming to a different extent it might be because of the experiences that one has had you know having some not very happy experiences of sharing stuff, and then you realize that I am better off by myself, keeping things to myself. That could be one, as I look at it, if it's totally the different side of a person. But so yes, that could be, or else yeah, very much emotionally in control, I would say, because my need to share or trust someone, and when I trust someone, I open up to them completely, sharing myself inside out. That is also because I have that need to, empty myself somewhere.
Okay.
So, and maybe gain reassurance at times or things like that. So probably when one is very high in emotional intelligence, or high in emotionally kind of stabilizing oneself, there might not be a need to kind of tell people stuff. So, you know,
Could be either, you're saying.
so yeah, it could be either. One is either you've had such experiences that you completely go off and keep things to yourself, or else you are in very much in emotionally you are secured, that you don't really feel the need to go about sharing your
So
stuff.
I I want to just before you answer this, I know you have an answer. I just want to give you a prism through which, if you could answer this for us. The prism is the answer you're going to give. Does it come through coming to peace with your not sharing first, or is not sharing a consequence of your decision? So, for example, you are so much at peace because we are now trying to qualify what Chitra said is a person who's at peace with himself, a high level of emotional intelligence uh, with their state in life. They don't feel the need to share at all. So, which is fine, which is an organic growth into that mind space. The other is that you have realized that every time I have done this with ABC, they have they have not been up to it, or they have not lived up to my trust. And maybe so, to continue a bad example, ABC, so DEF are also not trustworthy anymore. It's better to stay quiet and figure out my solutions, which would also lead to some kind of wisdom. It's not to say it's one or the other, or is it a mix in your case? Sujata.
Sorry, I thought it was for me. As for her, sorry. I don't know really because I mean, just to continue with the earlier point that I made, and I think it touches upon your question as well. Uh, what I would probably say is the need to maybe trust people with your issues or whatever you're going through decreases because you start trusting yourself more. That need for a second opinion or validation ceases to exist over a period of time. And to quote Chitra, it's not about having unpleasant experience having trusted people with your stuff. I think you just start believing yourself more. So the need to validate externally decreases over a period of time is how I would put it.
So Jitendra,